I'm really honored to be on this stage with a number of people whom I consider mentors and experts. I'm a neophyte in the food justice movement. A few months ago, I was traveling, just north of Immokalee, Florida, and I saw an incident that was so racist. And I saw that if the victim was not Hispanic and were African American, I could have easily been in 1860. And I realized what a hypocrite I was. I say grace before each meal. I studied for 20 years with the Indian spiritual teacher Sri Chinmoy, so I thought I knew what gratitude was. And I realized after seeing this incident that I didn't know what gratitude was. I eat organically. I care about the four-legged beings on this planet, the two-winged creatures on this planet, but I didn't care about the two-legged beings that provided my food. So with a little bit of anger, with a little bit of humiliation in my own lifestyle, I gathered a team of friends together, a great producer, Smriti Keshari, who's here today, and a bunch of other friends, and just traveled the country, really taking advantage of a number of people here in the audience, like Arturo Rodriguez, Barry Estabrook, Gerardo Reyes from the Coalition of Immokalee Workers, Ana Lopez, a number of great longtime advocates to really learn myself what the state of farm labor was in this country. I hope that I can do everyone here proud. We're putting together a film on farm labor that is hopefully going to be released in April. And we have a short clip here to show you today that's not indicative of all of the themes that we're exploring, but hopefully gives you guys a sense of the approach that we're taking. So thank you.
If you're looking for a poster child for everything that's wrong with our modern industrial agriculture system, if you're looking for sort of a poster piece of produce, the modern Florida tomato is probably a pretty good one.
For one thing, where agriculture happens in Florida is completely off the beaten path. People going about their daily lives have very little occasion to come in contact with agricultural workers, much less enslaved agricultural workers.
If you had told me about Immokalee, Florida, before I did this case, I would not have believed it could exist in the United States of America. I mean, it is a third world city.
You'd have to be an idiot to grow commercial quantities of tomatoes in Florida. It's one of the worst places in the world to grow tomatoes. The only way they can grow successful crops of commercial tomatoes in Florida, or the primary way, is by spraying it.
The people working in the fields are constantly overwhelmed with the overspray. You have people that are vomiting in the fields.
Probably the most heartrending case occurred at this little labor camp. There were 3 women, they were neighbors, living in little trailers in this camp. And in the fall of 2004, they were all expecting babies. One of the babies was so horrifically deformed at birth that the physicians didn't even know whether it was a boy or a girl. Another child had a severe deformity of the jaw, and the final baby was born with neither arms nor legs. All 3 mothers reported that they worked in the tomato fields and that they were routinely sprayed to the point where their clothes were soaking wet with pesticides.
Yo lloraba mucho y luego la gente donde estábamos nos criticaba, decían cosas.
And in this case, it was the employer that had control over everything. I think you're getting to the heart of the problem, and that is profit over safety. It's much more profitable to the industry to expose these people, let these people get sick, and lose a certain percentage of them, knowing that they're going to be so profitable. The agricultural industry here gets away with murder, literally.
This is the 21st century. How on earth, how can this be happening?
I've learned that there's a story behind every tomato, and it's often an ugly story. And I don't want to be a willing participant, at least, in perpetuating that story.